Hey everybody, it's Izzy. Just going to talk a little bit about how I use the caged or CAGFD method to make it a little bit easier. One for both chord melody when I play chord melody stuff, or adding like depth if I'm playing with somebody else. Just kind of being familiar with the instrument and the fretboard. It makes it more comfortable for you to move around once you figure it out. And it makes it really easy to move to like a baritone ukulele. So if you kind of leave your analyzing, focusing brain for a little bit and enter like a sports focus mode or dance mode, we want to think about the shapes. So if you look at the website I shared, I think it was like ukulele-guitar.com or something, it'll show you the shape for CAGFD, which will, I will represent going up the instrument, and I'm going to be playing the C major shapes. So yeah, those are all the C's, but there's kind of the different shapes there: the C, the A, the G, the F, and the D. And they're called those shapes because they're like the terminal position for the movable chord. It's made up of 5 different movable chord shapes. The first one being the C, which the bar is, a nut is nothing but a bar chord, so it's like bar, 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 3. The A, which is also, it's the same shape as the B flat or B. The G, and I'm playing this because it's a terminal open position. So this is like as if I'm playing here. If I were to move this up to A flat, it'd be, like this. Not the easiest chord. Not my favorite either. Mostly played open. Then we get to the F position. Yes, is with this terminating here. And D is the final one. So those are all the shapes. Those are all the shapes for a major chord. If it's one of those shapes, it's a major chord. Each flavor only has one of those 5 shapes, and it's all like a permutation of this major one, if that makes sense. So once you learn these 5 ones, think of them as like the vanilla ice cream or the plain pizza or the plain cheeseburger that you're gonna see enhancements in different versions of as you explore the minor or the dominant 7th or whatever else. So rather than having to memorize, I've seen people work on new chords every day, you're only memorizing 5 shapes and starting to learn all about the different flavors of chords instead. Like major versus minor. It also becomes a lot clearer how the chords are related and how they're made once you learn this method too. But that's not what we need to talk about right now. So if I switch to baritone then, and we're, we know that the baritone is basically like a tenor linear low G ukulele with a capo at the 5th fret. With our C chord there, we know our shape for our pattern repeats, and it runs both directions. So if we're working with C, then we can go backwards from that. We go, or if we're working with G. Is that G? Yes. It makes it really easy. If you know any position, you can work out the rest from there. So it doesn't really feel like you're memorizing stuff. You're just moving around neighborhoods you're familiar with. I also use this a lot by letting the melody lead and knowing, this is a little bit more about like knowing chord structure of songs, but a lot of songs are like 1, 4, 5. So if you take like Aloha Oi, it allows you to, I'm following what I think of as a melody. But I know that this first position is all whatever chord I'm playing. What am I playing in right now? G? Yes. So I can combine different shapes on here as well. We have our first G position, then we have our second, then we have our third, fourth. I can take bits and pieces. I can take first position, fourth. And yeah, then you start being able to combine stuff like that through your chord melody.